What's up, YouTube? This your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And we have to talk about the big game, London versus Lithuania. The big baller brand, BC Vytautas, LaMelo, LiAngelo, LaVar, Seskis will be taking the show on the road to London to take on the London Lions of the BBL. Now, this is a big deal for all parties involved, which has been a theme. I keep saying this. The moves that these folks are making are these moves that are helping expand all brands. It's win-win-wins, win-win-wins, all right? Now, this whole thing came about, if you remember, Big Baller Brand had a pop-up shop in London. It was lit, folks everywhere. The line was crazy. We seen LaMelo had to put the Fortnite down to get out there to the pop-up shop, and the Big Baller Brand got a lot of love out in London. All right, now also while out there, LaVar and the family touched down at a London Lions game. Now it's important to know that the London Lions are the only pro basketball team in London, right? They're part of the BBL, the British Basketball League, which is the top tier basketball league in England. So now it's not the Euro League and all of that stuff, but it's going to be some definite competition, which we'll get into later. Important thing to know here is that a lot of European cities, the #1 sport is soccer or football. So in order to spread the awareness and bring some more light to b-ball, you know what I'm saying, you touch down with the Big Baller Brand. So that's part of the win-win for them, you know what I'm saying? But at the game, LaVar felt the love. London Lions is like, man, these folks out here love you. Let's put something together. So now you taking BC Vytautas, and this is something that we got to keep putting in perspective. BC Vytautas is the last place team in the LKL, and they out here making first place team moves. You feel me? This is what I'm saying. It's a good look. It's also the exposure that you're already getting from the BBB and folks over here in the United States. We know about BC Vytautas right now. Now you branding it over in London. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure if this is 100% true or not, but the chief executive director, Vince McCooley from the London Lions, said that London has the second largest Lithuanian population outside of Lithuania. Now, I don't know if that's true. I know that here in America, as I looked up some stuff, we got a huge Lithuanian population, especially over in Chicago, where we talking about in the United States like 600,000 Lithuanians, and in Chicago like 90,000 alone. So I don't know if that's true, but if it is, you can see how they will want to tap into that market. We bring in one of them teams over here, y'all come check the game out, we finna set it off. Now this is a big deal. Copper Box Arena holds 6,000 folks. Tickets are on sale for around 15 to 60 pounds, which is converted into about $20 to $80 US. So it's some money to be made. That's about it's some money to be made. You get VIP tickets. You can go see LaVar. The folks from the London Lions saying it's gonna be a movie. The halftime show is supposed to be epic. They say they got some tricks up their sleeves, so they going all in on here. This is gonna be an international affair. I think that a lot of folks, you think like, man, why would they be doing this deal? I feel like one of the things that I always forget to really put in perspective is not just the fact that they're streaming the game over here and folks are going to watch it on Facebook, but then also the ideal of like the Facebook TV show, which is one of the most popular shows on Facebook, will be being filmed the same time. So not only you getting the game live, you also getting the behind the scenes that is going to end up on the TV show, right? So there's probably more folks who watch the show on Facebook than there is who watch the games live, but you tapping into all of that, right? The real estate from the show is sticking around much longer than the real estate from the game. So it's a big deal, right? Plus you get the behind the scenes, you get to meet all the folks on the show, everybody's showing love. It's a really, really good look, and it's a big move, man. This is one of them things. Now I got my passport, so if somebody wanted to hit your boy, I'd be like, yo, go through. No, I'm playing. this is one of the things that I wish I could go ahead and hit it and touch down out in London for this one, because this is going to be a big deal. This right here is going to be a movie, I'm sure of it. If you out that way, definitely show up and hit your boy up, man. Send me some footage behind the scenes. We throw it in video, I throw you a shout out, yada yada with a whoop. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do. Well, the game will be April 12th at 4 p.m. London time, but which will actually be noon Eastern time. So hopefully we'll be streaming. We'll definitely be watching. We'll check it out. We'll probably do a recap video and all of that. So tune in. I'm assuming that the game will be played. It'll be streamed online, right? So we'll probably get the official link a little bit closer to that date. But I can imagine that it's probably gonna be on Ballers Life, because this would be like one of those cool games. Then also the London Lions, they stream their games online too. I know that the last time when Ballers Life streamed the LKL game, there was like some restrictions. So the typical site that streams the LKL games was, you couldn't watch that in the United States. So you had to watch it via the Ballers Life link. So there might be some things like that in this, but we'll see. We'll get to the bottom of it. I sent the boys from London Lions a tweet. Hopefully they hit me back with the details on the streams and all of that stuff. So we'll be down to watch that. But what I wanted to do is kind of go in just a little bit in depth on some of the players that we can expect to see from the London Lions. All right, now the best player on the team is this dude named Justin Robinson. Now he is from Britain, played ball over here in the United States at Rider College, and then has basically been pro since, I want to say 2011, playing all over Europe and those things. But as a talented dude, the kid is going to be a tough guard for your boy LaMelo. Justin Robinson right now is in the top 5 in the BBL in points and assists, and top 10 in 3-point percentage and 3-point shots made, and also in the top 10 in steals as well. So you got a 6'2", 205-pound guard who can put buckets up and can play a little defense. So this is definitely going to be a challenge for BC Vytautas, especially because we know that they are hurting right now at the point guard position. LaMelo been out, Lukashov been out, Seska's been sick. They got a couple of the best players at point guard right now sitting out, but they're going to need all hands on deck for this game for sure. The next player who we'll talk about is a kid named Corey Dixon. Now, this was kind of crazy to me because on the website they had Corey Dixon from Ohio, which made sense because I looked into it, and Corey Dixon is represented by Clutch Sports. I don't know if you know Clutch Sports, but that's LeBron James' homeboy's Rich Paul's sports agency company. Now they've got a couple NBA players on the roster: JR, Tristan, LeBron, Ben Simmons. The list goes on. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. But then it seems like they also have like a little international branch where they've got a lot of players who are playing overseas, who I don't think that they are directly represented by Rich Paul, but somebody else underneath the umbrella. This kid, Corey Dixon, played ball over at JUCO at Hutchinson. Well, at least he was there for a minute. Then played ball over at New Orleans University. So it's D1, small D1, before then playing pro ball overseas. It's actually funny. He used to play for last season he played for a different team in the BBL. And then once he came back this season, he's playing for the London Lions, and his first game back was versus his old team, and he went out and cooked. Corey Dixon right now is top 10 in rebounds, and top 10 in blocks, and top 10 in fouls on. So not fouls given up, but in a game he gets fouled this many times. So he's going to be a presence in the paint. We know this, and we know same thing. We watch Vytautas. Sometimes in the paint, they've struggled a little bit. And so before they had extremely great guard play, and now everybody's hurt. So they beefed up the interior with Bristol, and I can't remember his name. Oh boy, he just came back. I feel like April 2nd is far enough out that we're gonna have all of our pieces in place. And I'm telling you that I feel like this is going to definitely be a W for BC Vytautas. I watched some clips of the London Lions play, and they look like they got some talent. They got some talented players, but I feel like the chemistry and the ball movement that you see with Vytautas is definitely another level, right? Which makes sense because folks talk about this all the time. In Lithuania, basketball is a second religion. This is what they do. Over in London, it's just something like you do if you're not on the soccer field type thing. So I'm predicting a W for BC Vytautas. I know that in the last Big Baller Brand International Challenge games, it was a rough outing for Vytautas, but I think and I'm hoping and I'm praying that I feel like there's still a little bit of tension between LaVar and Sextus that's there, and I feel like this being such a good look for BC Vytautas to come away with a W will help mend some of the little tension that's left, and will put the team together, because this is a big stage, right? This is outside of Prini. This is outside of Lithuania. This is a major city, London. This is like coming to play in New York. Like, this is a big deal. All eyes are on it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that they come with that A game. They sit down, they game plan, and they come and walk away with this big W. You know what I mean? Because we already know your boy Jello going to get buckets. We know Dempsey going to get buckets. We know Senska going to get buckets. We know Bristol is gonna put it down. Hopefully your boy Brodus is out here assisting, and all things are clicking. I expect and I'm hoping to see a high scoring affair, at least 115. One of the things that I will say in this league though, in London, when you look at the list of high scores, it's not the same as Lithuanian style basketball where the highest score is like averaging 14 points. They got some scores here where we're talking about 25 points a game. The kid who we talked about, Justin Robinson, is averaging like 17 points a game. So I'm expecting a very fast-paced style of play, and it should be a good game. Definitely check back. I'm going to try to update y'all with information as I get it. It's your main man, AB the Hero. I'm out. Peace.